Chag Sameach, I'm Brooke Strumeyer. When I was in kindergarten, I was one of 2 Jewish kids in my class. I was unaware of the significance of my Jewish identity and how it applied to my life. Although I attended a predominantly Jewish preschool, I had little knowledge of what being Jewish meant. While in my early years in lower school, winter break was often referred to as Christmas break, and the holiday season was often referred to as Christmas season. Judaism was never spoken about, acknowledged, or taught at school for the majority of my life. Because of this, the only exposure that I had to Judaism in my early childhood was attending Temple Emanu-El religious school. Every week, I would look forward to my Monday class. I looked forward to learning the history of religion and the Jewish language, a language that connects Jewish people around the world. Most of all, I enjoyed being surrounded by people like me. I relished in having the opportunity to relate to people about experiences we have shared throughout our lives and being connected through Judaism. Whether it was talking about the gifts we received for Hanukkah or what verse of the Torah we were reading for our bar or bat mitzvah, I felt a sense of belonging. At school, I often stayed quiet when my classmates talked about their Christmas trees or what Santa brought them. It wasn't because I was embarrassed. I just didn't know how to explain that my traditions looked different. I didn't have the words yet or the confidence to share what Hanukkah was or why we didn't celebrate the same holidays. Back then, being Jewish felt like this private part of me that didn't really fit into the conversations around me. It took time for me to realize that speaking up about who I am is part of owning and being proud of my identity. As I grew older, my understanding of my Jewish identity began to deepen in ways I hadn't expected. One of the most meaningful turning points was preparing for my bat mitzvah. I didn't realize how powerful it would feel to stand on the bima, chanting the Torah in front of my family and community. It was more than just a ceremony. It was a moment where everything that I had learned came together. It was the first time I felt the full weight of what it meant to take ownership of my Jewish identity. I wasn't just reading ancient words. I was stepping into a tradition that had been carried for generations before me. I felt proud and responsible, and for the first time, I felt like an active participant in something bigger than myself. Another part of my Jewish identity that has helped me grow over time is the way my family and I celebrate Shabbat every Friday night. We come together to light the candles, say the blessings, and sit down for a meal as a family. That moment, when the candles are lit and we are all together as a family, is one of peace and connection. I love being with my parents and my sister. We laugh, share stories from the week, and just enjoy each other's company. Before we eat, both of my parents give me a blessing, which is something I really cherish. Shabbat in our home feels comforting and grounding. It reminds me to slow down, to be present, and to reflect on the values that matter most. Week after week, those traditions strengthen my sense of belonging, not just to my family, but to something much larger. My family has played a huge role in shaping my Jewish life. Through holidays, conversations, and small rituals, they've helped me understand that being Jewish isn't just something I am, it's something I live. Whether it's gathering for high holiday services, lighting the menorah during Hanukkah, or simply talking about Jewish values at the dinner table, these moments have helped me build a strong and lasting connection to my heritage. Today, being Jewish means pride. It means fulfillment. It means knowing that I belong to a culture with a rich history, deep values, and a shared future. It's a source of identity that brings me closer to others, even when our stories differ. It gives me a sense of who I am and reminds me to show up in the world with purpose, empathy, and strength. Looking ahead, I hope to learn more about where my family comes from, their stories, their traditions, and the paths that brought us here. I want to continue expanding my Jewish education and understanding not just the rituals, but the meanings behind them. And I hope to build new relationships with other Jewish people to keep discovering the different ways Judaism shows up in people's lives. Most of all, I hope to keep holding on to this identity with curiosity, joy, and pride, knowing that it will continue to evolve and grow with me. Thank you.